Hello, welcome to this new video. My name is Martina Vincenzi and I am the founder of the VIP Flight Attendant Academy Private Jet Coach. Today I would like to discuss with you what is all the sequence of thoughts, all the reasoning I do when I started to do my menu planning for my customers. So when I am informed about a flight, the first thing that I do, let's say I have a sort of a checklist in my mind, okay, and I try to tick all the boxes by the time I go on in my reasoning, in my sequence of thoughts. So the first question that I ask myself is, okay, what are the flight details? So what is the time of departure? How long is the flight? Where are we flying to? How many customers do I have on board? What is their profile? So what's the age? Are there children on board? What's the religion? So let's say the cultural aspect that is necessarily for you, to decide accordingly, like are they Muslim, for example? Are they Jewish? Are they Westerners? Are they Asian? Are they Africans? So this helps me a lot to, adjust my menu planning accordingly. And yeah, the age, as I mentioned, so do you have children on board? You definitely need to prepare for the children, prepare something special for the children, or are they all adults? And then also if they have any allergies or if there are any intolerance or any information regarding the nutrition or the food that they actually eat that you need to know. Once I have got all this information, then I start the proper menu planning. And the second question that I ask myself is, okay, how many services and what type of services do I want to serve during this flight? This is because if the flight is particularly long, you might want to, serve them probably twice, so 2 meals. In general, you are supposed to serve a meal to every occupant of the jet at least once every 6 hours. So if you have, let's say, for example, a 10 or 11 hours flight, that would be for sure at least 2 services. Probably 2 services plus 1 snack, I would say. If the flight is, let's say, 3 hours, then I would say 1 service is enough, 1 big service, like a lunch or a dinner. And if the flight is very short, like 1 hour or even less, that would be just a snack, okay? Now, once I have decided how many services am I going to serve, then the following question will be, what kind of services? So is it a breakfast? Is it a lunch? Is it an afternoon tea? Is it an aperitivo? Is it a dinner? And I plan the type of services according to the time of departure, because most probably the time of departure will be a time or a time zone into which my customers will be acclimatized. So their body will be adjusted to that time, most probably. And therefore, I just act accordingly. So if it is like departure is at 12, that would be a lunch. If departure is at 7 p.m., that would be a dinner, and whatever it is in between. So the 2 big services are definitely lunch and dinner. Lunch and dinner are supposed to be multiple courses. So you will have entree, you will have a main course, you will have a side dish, cheese, fruit, and dessert, to say the very least, okay? And 2 smaller services are breakfast and afternoon tea. So breakfast, it is a kind of an easy service when it comes to food, because you can just order different things and then combine them in a different way. But it's actually quite chaotic when it comes to beverages, because the space on a private jet is quite restricted, it's quite small, and when you have, let's say, elaborated beverages that you need to prepare, this might take quite some time. I'm talking about cappuccino, and then maybe several coffees, and then the tea, and then maybe somebody would like to have a cappuccino but with a different type of milk. So then you have only 1 frother normally, so you have to take it, wash it, and then reuse it for the next type of milk. So it might be long in the process, but actually for the serving part, not really for the planning. For the planning, it's, I would say, fairly easy. And together with the breakfast, as let's say easy service, there is the afternoon tea. So the afternoon tea is a service that is normally, it's like a snack, an afternoon snack that is served in the afternoon. I would say between 3 p.m. to probably 5:30 p.m. or even 6 p.m. maybe. And it includes some savory snacks as well as sweet snacks. So you go from sandwiches to scones, to canapé and petit four, to charcuterie, cheese board, and then maybe also cakes. Let's say a selection of different type of cakes or macarons or anything like that. I would say that my favorite is definitely the afternoon tea, because I feel more creative when it comes to afternoon tea, and because there is tea involved, which is my real passion. So definitely yes, the afternoon tea is my favorite one. You know, you have to consider that lunch and dinner are normally very formal services, so you have like a proper table setup, a proper table preparation with the tablecloth and the napkins with the napkin rings and all these things, unless your customer asks you to do something more informal. On the other hand, breakfast and afternoon tea, they might be a little bit informal as well. This really depends on your cabin. You just have to read your cabin and try to understand what do they feel like and what do they fancy like. Once I have all of this information, this is the time when I started to actually plan my menu. So I, you know, write down whatever, write down on a piece of paper or on my computer, whatever I actually think it would be nice to order for my customers. And so I do like a proper menu planning in real words. Once this is done, you know, I might take some inspiration by checking some menus online, or maybe consulting applications for catering orders for VIP flight attendants. So this is all, you know, tools that I definitely use every time that I want to order. And if I have any preferences that has been expressed by my customer, of course I will follow them, okay? If they say that they would like, let's say, a fish-based lunch, I definitely will go that way. If they say that they are all vegetarian, for example, then I will follow this instruction, absolutely. If I have no instructions and there are no allergies, nothing that it's, let's say, that I need to take care of, I simply order whatever I feel it's okay to be ordered in this case, in this situation. But I always try to have like a plan B and even a plan C. So for vegetarian people, for gluten-free people, you know, like for example, there is people who are not gluten intolerant, but they prefer not to eat gluten. And I am one of them, for example. So, you know, it's always good to have, let's say, escape routes in case something is slightly different than you expect. Once this is also done, I just then proceed with my official catering order. I might require a quotation first to my caterer, so I can double check to stay in the budget when it comes to costs. You know, catering is one of the highest cost of a flight, and catering is normally included in the price that the customers pay for the private jet. So the lower you can stay with your budget, with your catering cost, the more revenue the company will have. So there is always, you know, you are basically on charge of keeping this balance of delivering a 5-star hotel type of service with very quality food, yet having the less expensive food as possible, as less expensive as possible. And then, yeah, as I said, I just proceed with my official catering order with a quotation first, if necessary, or I will go straight away for the catering order if I know already how much am I gonna spend, or if I know that I will definitely be within the budget. I hope that this can clarify a little bit how does it work like when we do our menu planning and our catering order for private jets. If you would like to ask me any questions regarding private jets, corporate aviation industry, or anything regarding this world and the flight attendant, VIP flight attendant life, feel free to reach out. and I will be very happy to answer. I would like also to suggest you to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any future videos. And that's all for today. So ciao for now, and I send you baci baci.